Welcome back to Cooking in a Flannel Shirt. With us recording this near the holiday, we thought we'd try something a little bit different. Baking in a flannel shirt. But you're going to love this because it's going to be a wonderful dessert. You can use it as a gift for the holidays, give it to friends, or you can just hog it for yourself. I know what I'm going to do. But we do this because good food doesn't have to be complicated. Let's take a look at what we're going to need. We're going to need 14 ounces of coconut. We're going to need 3/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk. Write that down, 3/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons. Sounds wacky, but trust me, that is the secret measurement. And right after that, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Also towards the back here, I already have 2 egg whites at room temperature and about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Any good recipe is just a suggestion, and you can always have fun with any recipe, no matter where you get them. So let's begin. We're going to mix our ingredients that belong in the big bowl. That's going to be our 14 ounces of coconut. Throw that away. And then we're going to put in the condensed sweetened milk. I love these spatulas. They do a really good job getting everything out of the little Pyrex glass. Yes, blatant self-promotion there as I'm talking about the different products we use. As you know, I'm an Amazon junkie. I know a lot of Amazon junkies. I think we should form a support group and just, are you an Amazon junkie? There are ways to save your life. Oh well. Sorry, Jeff Bezos, what can I say? All right, next we're going to put in the vanilla extract. Right in there. You like the sound effects? Cheap budget, okay? And we're going to blend these. Now that we have this sufficiently well blended, we're going to let this sit for a couple of seconds, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with the egg whites. The first thing we're going to do is add the salt into the egg whites and get ready to beat the egg whites. And it would appear that we have a good stiff peak there. Kind of actually looks like a macaroon already, doesn't it? We're going to go ahead and fold this into our mixture in the other bowl over here. Okay, now comes the fun. It's time to put our well-beaten egg yolks in there. I may have done them just a little too stiff, but at my age, that's not necessarily a bad thing. For you youngsters out there, you won't get that, thankfully. All right. I'm going to fold these in, and then we're going to start making the macaroons. Now, in order to prepare to make the macaroons, I've set aside a bowl of water because they do get kind of messy, and the water may help to keep the balls. I've set aside the water because the macaroons do get a little bit messy and a little sticky, and that'll help keep the hands clean, and that way we can hurry up and speed the process up. You want to use 1.5 tablespoons as far as the size of the scoop is concerned. And let's get started. Ooh, look at that. That looks so good already. Yahoo. Going to form that. We're going to space these about 1.5 inches, 2 inches apart. Make up your mind, Michael. Anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inches is fine. That's all you really need, because they're not going to spread out really like coconut cookies or oatmeal cookies. They're going to pretty much stay where they are. They're going to flatten out a little bit on the bottom, but it's not going to be too drastic. All right, we have completed our first tray. By the way, you want to preheat your oven to 325 degrees. There's the first tray. I'm going to go take a break to get my hands clean so I can pick up the next tray. But boy, this is fun. I feel like a kid again, just playing around, having a lot of tactile fun. In case I hadn't mentioned it already, we will be baking these 20 to 25 minutes at 325, and I've got my oven preheating. And now comes the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to put them in the oven. You'll notice I've got the 2 shelves in the oven already set towards the middle. That way we can put these in one on top of another, and they'll cook about even. First thing I'm going to do is talk to Alexa. Alexa, set timer 25 minutes.
25 minutes, starting now.
We'll come back in 25 minutes and see how they look. Look at that, we got a nice golden brown top. Actually, it's just starting to turn brown, and that's all we want. Let's turn the oven off. We've got our wire rack ready. Let it sit on the pan for a couple of minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes. After that, transfer it to the wire cooling rack. And then what we're going to do, as soon as they've cooled enough on the rack, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. So that way, when we melt the chocolate later on and we go to dip them, the chocolate is going to harden up real quick. I'm so excited. They finally came out of the refrigerator and we're ready to dip these macaroons in chocolate. Like I said, the double boiler is going. Remember, it's really important not to have your water level touch the bottom of the pan. Otherwise, you're going to scorch your chocolate. So we've got the water just steaming away, and we're going to throw in the Ghirardelli chocolate. Oh, I love this stuff. Just a few of these. It's going to take a couple of moments for it to start. I've got my spatula, and we're ready to do some stirring. The beauty of this is you can always throw in more for what you need. We're going to use a lot of chocolate today, but I throw it in little bits at a time because that way it doesn't cool the chocolate down that's in there, and it starts melting a little better. So it just takes patience. It just takes patience, that's all. All right, we got a good shot in there. How's that doing? Ooh, look at that. Melting up beautifully. Now, if you want to add a little spice to your holiday desserts, let's put some cayenne pepper, in the chocolate. Trust me, some of you are really going to like this. Others of you are going to go, ugh, but I have a feeling this is going to work out really great. Our executive producer said, try it, you'll love it. Now, we're going to dip the beautiful macaroon in there. We could call this the macaroon macarena, huh? No, that's terrible, right? No, I'm getting the eye roll. In other words, no, that wasn't funny. I will separate these though, so we don't mix them up. Just a little taste of heat. Not too much, but enough so that you know it's there. Another thing I want to try and see what you think, put a little bit of kosher salt on there. Preferably you would have some pretzel salt, but not everybody has that. I certainly don't have it. So we'll put a little bit of kosher salt on there and you'll get a salty, sweet, wonderful, gooey macaroon. Whether you like them spicy or salty or just plain chocolate or just plain with no chocolate, happy holidays to you. Enjoy. They do make great gifts. Make sure you store them in the refrigerator. They'll last probably 3 or 4 days in the refrigerator. Of course, in my house, they won't last 3 or 4 hours.